When it comes to remakes of beloved classics, it's easy for nostalgia to get in the way. Developers often find themselves walking a tightrope between staying faithful to the original and updating the experience for modern audiences. Few games achieve that balance as gracefully as Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. Developed by Lizard Cube and published by .emu in 2017, this remake of the 1989 Sega Master System classic is a love letter to retro gaming. But does it do enough to stand out in today's crowded indie landscape? Or is it simply a relic of the past wrapped in a shiny new coat? Let's dive in. The first thing that grabs your attention when booting up The Dragon's Trap is its stunning, hand-drawn art style. Lizard Cube's decision to completely overhaul the visuals while maintaining the spirit of the original is nothing short of genius. Every frame looks like it's been plucked from a beautifully animated cartoon. The characters are expressive, the enemies are full of personality, and the environments are rich with detail, from sunlit beaches to eerie caves. But here's the kicker. At any point in the game, you can toggle between the remake's gorgeous visuals and the original 8-bit graphics with the press of a button. It's a seamless feature that not only serves as a nostalgic nod to longtime fans, but also highlights just how far the medium has come in terms of presentation. The same applies to the audio. The remastered soundtrack, performed with live instruments, breathes new life into the game's iconic tunes. Yet for purists, the retro chiptune music is just a button press away. This duality is one of the game's greatest strengths, honoring its roots while embracing modernity. Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap is a side-scrolling action-adventure game with light RPG elements. The story picks up right after the events of Wonder Boy in Monsterland. You begin the game cursed by the dragon, transforming into a humanoid lizard hybrid. As you progress, defeating other dragons, you gain new transformations, each with unique abilities. Mouse Man can scale walls, Piranha Man swims underwater, and so on. These transformations are the backbone of the game's design, turning its interconnected world into a giant puzzle as you backtrack to previously inaccessible areas using your new powers. The gameplay loop remains largely unchanged from the original. Combat is simple but satisfying, relying on timing and positioning. Exploration is rewarding, with plenty of hidden treasure and secrets tucked away in the nooks and crannies of the map. While the controls have been modernized for smoother movement, they retain just enough of the retro stiffness to remind you of the game's origins. This balance might frustrate newcomers used to more fluid platformers, but for veterans, it's a nostalgic feature rather than a flaw. However, the game isn't without its frustrations. The difficulty can feel uneven at times, especially early on when your health and abilities are limited. Enemy placement and attack patterns can occasionally veer into unfair territory, leading to moments of trial and error. But these challenges feel in line with the retro experience the game aims to deliver, making victory all the sweeter. The story in The Dragon's Trap is straightforward, as you'd expect from a game of its era. You're a cursed hero seeking a way to return to human form by collecting the powers of various dragons. There's no deep lore or complex narrative, but the simplicity works in its favor, allowing the gameplay and charm of the world to take center stage. What Lizard Cube has done to elevate the experience is inject personality into the silent protagonist and the world around them. The transformations are not just mechanical, they feel like an integral part of the character's journey. Whether you're flying around as Hawkman or swimming gracefully as Piranha Man, each form adds its own unique flavor to the story. The beauty of this remake lies in the small yet impactful modernizations. Beyond the visuals and audio, the game adds quality of life improvements like the ability to save anywhere, improved inventory management, and rebalanced difficulty. These tweaks make the game more accessible to new players without compromising the challenge and charm that old-school fans remember. One standout feature is the addition of a playable female protagonist, Wonder Girl. This simple change might not seem like much, but it speaks volumes about the developer's attention to inclusivity and respect for the original formula. It's not forced or out of place. It feels like a natural addition to the game, The Dragon's Trap isn't a particularly long game, clocking in at around 6 to 8 hours for a first playthrough. However, the world's interconnected design and the multiple transformations encourage exploration, and you'll likely want to revisit areas to uncover every secret. The inclusion of leaderboards and challenges for speedrunners adds another layer of replayability for those looking to master the game. This remake caters to a wide audience. For longtime fans of the original Wonder Boy, it's a heartfelt revival that retains the spirit of the classic while improving on its weaknesses. For newcomers, it's an excellent introduction to a piece of gaming history, blending retro charm with modern sensibilities. If you enjoy games like Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, or Castlevania, The Dragon's Trap will feel right at home in your library. Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap is everything a remake should be. It takes a beloved classic and enhances it in every way, from the breathtaking visuals to the refined gameplay and thoughtful additions. While it may not appeal to everyone due to its retro roots and occasional difficulty spikes, it's a must-play for fans of action-adventure games and a masterclass in how to respect the past while embracing the present.